Hey guys, hope you're having a good morning. Just wanted to talk about what we're going to do today. So we're going to do adding and subtracting polynomials. So on Wednesday we did adding. On Thursday we did subtracting. You had an assignment due Thursday by 11:59. And then today we're going to combine adding and subtracting polynomials. You'll have an assignment that will be due Sunday at 11:59. It'll be 4 problems, and it'll combine the combination of 2. So before we do anything, let's quickly review adding and subtracting polynomials, okay? So adding polynomials, you do the same thing with adding and subtracting, but with subtracting it's just a little bit different. So with adding, I have 2 polynomials. So what I'm going to do is distribute the addition sign to everything. And when you multiply an addition sign by a term, the sign doesn't change. So a positive times a positive is a positive times a negative is a negative, and a positive times a positive is a positive. Once I distribute that through, the parentheses are going to drop. So I'm left with this term here. And what I like to do is I like to look at things, I'm going to combine these. But they have to have the same variable and exponent in order to combine them. So I like to do different things underneath each one. So everything that has an x cubed, I did a squiggly line. An x squared, an arrow, an x, or an x to the first, a box, and then I did a triangle under my constants or my numbers without a variable. And then I add the coefficients. So the numbers in front of the variables, I combine those if they have the same variable and exponent. So that's what I do with adding. And that's how I got this final answer here. Then on Thursday, your assignment was about subtracting polynomials. So very same thing with adding, except for I took the negative sign and I distributed it, okay? So a negative times a negative is a positive. Negative times a positive is a negative, and a negative times a negative is a positive. Again, I wrote underneath each one with a little symbol to let you know if I combined it or not. Combined my coefficients, so distribute the negative sign, combine like terms, and then I wrote them in descending order, highest exponent all the way down. If you don't do that, that's okay for right now. We'll talk more about that in Unit 8. So all we're doing today is going to be 1 problem, and you have 4 problems for homework. It's going to be due Sunday at 11:59 p.m. through Schoology. It is 1 problem over combining, adding, and subtracting. So let's start here. So I have the problem 3x squared plus 7 minus negative 2x squared plus 5x plus 3x minus 3. Before I do anything, I want to get rid of those parentheses. So I'm going to distribute my negative sign to this binomial only, and I'm going to distribute my addition sign to that binomial only. And then I'm going to multiply them through. So when I get that, this first term stays the same. So it's going to be 3x squared plus 7. Okay? A negative times a negative becomes positive. A negative times a positive becomes negative. A positive, so now I go to this binomial, so I do the addition sign. A positive times a positive stays positive. And a positive times a negative stays negative. So that's how I drop the parentheses. And now from here, I'm going to combine like terms just like I did with adding and subtracting. But I'm going to do my little symbols under each one. So I'm going to do a squiggly line under everything I had x to the second power. Same variable, same exponent. I'm going to do an arrow under all of my constants, so my numbers with no variables. And then I'm going to do a box under all of my terms that just have an x. Or I could write an x to the first power there because there is an imaginary 1. So now, everything that has the same marking underneath it, I'm going to add their coefficients, so the numbers in front of the variable. So 3 plus 2 gives me 5x squared. I can cross them off, or I can erase them just to make sure that I know I combined it. Just stay organized. So now I'm going to go to my x's. I have a negative 5 and a 3. So if I owe you $5 and I pay you $3, I'm going to still owe you $2, so negative 2x, okay? And I've handled my x's, and now I have my constants left. So I have a positive 7 and a negative 3. So if I have $7 and I spend 3, I still have $4 to spend. And that was my final answer, 5x squared minus 2x plus 4, okay? So that's combining adding and subtracting polynomials, okay? If you have any questions, make sure you get on Zoom. Our time slot is from 10 a.m. to 10:20 every weekday. Me and Mrs. Thomas would be very happy to see you. If not, also feel free to email me. Have a fantastic day. Enjoy the beautiful weather. Talk to you guys later.